What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. It's NBA Talk with Jay. We're back. It's Thursday. We're trying to get some cash. Unfortunately, Tuesdays and Thursdays they only give us like 2 or 3 games, but we're still gonna try to get some cash here. I'm your host, Jay Money. Free NBA picks every single day. We have our guy Ronald Cabang with us here, man. Hadn't seen him on the show in a while. I know he's been a little sick, but he's here now. What's up with you, Ronald? Everything cool with you?
Yeah, man, we had one game last Thursday, so we didn't do a show. The week before that was Thanksgiving, so it's been a couple weeks since I've been on the show. Just excited to be here. Man, last couple of days been pretty good. Tightened up on the volume in the NBA. So 1-0 in 2 days straight. College basketball has been pretty good. So hit 6 of my last 7 bets overall. Hopefully we just keep cashing. I just love always being on the show as well with you, Jay. It's always fun, man.
Yeah, I always love it as well, man. We cash as well, man. But yeah, you're welcome to come on the show anytime, bro. I'm talking about night show, whenever, bro. It could be a early tip, like you know what I'm saying, whatever, bro. Saturday, Sunday, you always welcome to come on, man. Please come on more often. We need your good
Hope
vibes
so.
of one of the most genuine people that I know, my guys. So y'all know how we like. Do we like to have the genuine good vibes people on this show here? But it's all business here, man. It's only 3 games today, Ronald. So let's go ahead and get to it, my brother. First game up, we're going to the streets of Miami here. We have the Heat land 5.5 points at the house versus the Clippers in this one, Ronald. Obviously, Clippers coming off that overtime game yesterday. I bet you they didn't think it was going to go down like that, but they lost straight up versus the Magic in that one. I'm not sure what's going on with this Clippers team. We know that they're a lot better than what they show. A lot of
Yeah.
guys in and out of the lineup here. I know that Paul George said that he was going to play today, but I didn't see Kawhi say that, so maybe he's going to be out here, Ronald. But how you looking at this game, my brother?
Yeah, this one from a side perspective, it seems like it should be Heat or nothing, right? I mean, Clippers second leg of back-to-back road games. This is their third game of a 4-game road trip as well. Third game in 4 nights. So a lot of tough spots here. And like you said, right, they played OT last night, lost to the Magic. Their loss in their last 4 games. Their one win too was over the Hornets by 2 points, and the Hornets were like shorthanded. They didn't really have nobody. So really just bad form overall for this Clippers team. The biggest thing for me that I see is more of the defensive struggles, right? Especially on the road. Like I mentioned, 3 of their last 4 games were losses. 4 of the
Ronald,
last 5 games
one sec.
were on the road.
Ronald, do me a
Yeah,
favor. Keep breaking it down. I got to step away 1 sec. I'm be right
yeah, I
back,
got
Ronald.
you. And their defensive rating in the last 5 games is 27th in the league. So a lot of the things for me that's pointing to their issues is their defense. Overall, their defensive rating is 3 to 4 points worse on the road than it is at home. They also tend to play a faster pace on the road as well. They average a combined 220.9 points on the road versus 111.9 at home
Hmm.
this season. So a lot of the things to me is pointing towards the over in this game. The Heat, they're playing their second game of a 3-game homestand, also their third game in 4 nights, but they did not play last night. So a little bit of
Right.
a rest advantage there. But they lost their last 2 games, failing to score over 100 points in both games, too. That's something that doesn't really happen with Miami teams. So what I wanted to look at was how often does that happen? And it's only 4 times in the last 3 seasons or so. And the following game after that, they do go over typically. A few things to mention as well. I don't 100% know if Butler will be playing tonight, but
Right.
I think
You
he is
should.
he should be is
Right.
what my instinct is. Also, some of the reports are saying he's more likely to play than not. And the Heat offensive rating is 6.5 to 7 points higher when Butler is in the lineup. So he's a big addition, especially on the offensive side of the ball. So for me, I would lean towards the Heat, but I like the over more. There's a lot more trends that point towards the over as well. Heat 8-1 to the over as home favorites when the total is less than 220. So these low totals, the Heat are going over them, especially at home. They average 111.3 points per game and allow only 109.3. So 220 and a half or so is what they average, and the total today is 113 and a half. So it's gone down, and I don't agree with that. So I like the over here. They're getting a lot more value. Clippers, they've gone over in 5 straight road games as well, 2-0 to the over on road games where they're playing a non-conference opponent as well. So if they're traveling to the East, their defense struggles a little bit. So, man, like I said, a lot of things to me just pointing towards the over.
Yeah, I couldn't talk you off the over there. I love the way you look at games, my guy. I must say, because a lot of especially totals as well. Obviously, I don't look at totals, but I like the way you look at games. You look at it from a lot of different layers, just like I do as well. Not necessarily looking at things like just looking at the games, like looking at the recency bias of both teams. Saying, "Oh, I'm just going to take this one." We like to look at different layers, every single layer, like as many layers as we can. And then when all those layers are aligning, that's when you come up with a play. This is a tough game for you, man. I'd like to take the Heat here. Obviously, the Clippers coming off a terrible spot, and this is a West Coast team on the East Coast as well. We know that this is a great team. They're just playing very lackluster. The Heat have the major rest advantage right now. They're coming off two lackluster. They're coming off a loss as well, where the Heat know damn well two losses in a row. They know damn well they shouldn't have been losing those games. We know they shouldn't have lost versus the Grizzlies. Then they got smoked at the house versus the Pistons. So both of these teams, man, they're a lot better than what they're showing right now. We know, Ronald. We know some of these teams just going to kind of sleepwalk through the regular season. And as long as they're in the playoffs, that's when they're really going to try to turn up here. But this, in theory, would be a bounce back J spot off 2 straight losses. The Heat do owe me some money, to be honest with you. Clippers third game in 4 nights and back-to-back with overtime game, and they're on the road as well, guys. So only 2-5 against the spread last 7 games, and 2-6 last 8 road games versus winning home teams. So I can only look towards the Heat here. Lowry is out. I'm pretty sure Butler's back in there, Ronald. Last game it was a back-to-back and he rested. So should expect Butler to be in there. I don't think you should be waiting on that, guys. If you like the Heat and you're waiting on Butler, he should be in there. Kawhi should be out for the Clippers. Paul George said he was going to play. I know John Wall and Luke Kennard didn't play yesterday, so that leans me. It's a stay-off game for me, Ronald. I would like to take the Heat, but the Clippers kind of sat some guys out yesterday's game, getting ready for this one, so they'll probably take this game serious. I wouldn't be surprised if either team covered this one, and usually when that happens, I stay off. I like that you're looking at the total in this one, though. My guy rocking with the over could not talk you off as well, Ronald. What you get the number at 213 or I see a 212.5, 213 out there, my guy.
Yeah, it's still going down. I'm wondering is probably because of some of someone in the chat here is mentioning people out for the Clippers, so it's probably something that has to do with that.
Terrence Mann out?
Yeah, so Terrence Mann, no Kawhi, so a lot of things are pointing towards an under because a lot of offense seems to be going away. But at the same time, their defense is going to continue to struggle as well. Right. So that's the way that I'm looking. And also Butler coming back tonight, he's probably going to help push the pace and get the offense going for the Miami Heat, who slowly are getting healthier, and that's going to be a good thing for them.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. It's a tough game for me, guys. I can really see it going either way, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers kept it close, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they ran out of gas in this one late, and if the Heat knocking down those threes as well. So with no Lowry, the pace may even speed up there, Ronald. That's a good look on the over in that one, my guys. Yeah, it's a tough game, man. Let's go over here to the streets of San Antonio here, guys. Another tough game. It's a tough slate. I'll be honest. Yeah. Tuesdays and Thursdays are some of the toughest slates, even though it's not Sunday. It's a tough slate, man. So we have the Rockets here laying 1.5 points at the Spurs in this one, Ronald. Going to the streets of San Antonio here, total of 230 in this one, guys. I'll tell you, Ronald, it looks super easy to take the Rockets. Why don't we just take Rockets minus 1.5 and go to sleep, right? I mean, it looks super easy to take these guys. I mean, what are we doing in this one, Ronald?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I'm surprised that the line's gone down from 2.5 open to 1.5 that I see here. And it's probably because it's the first game the Rockets has been favored all season. So it's like, why would we take a team that's been, this is the first time being favored? But a lot of things to me are pointing towards the Rockets, especially just a pure fade of the Spurs and how bad they've been lately. Pretty much playing like the worst team in the league right now. They're on an 11-game losing streak. They failed to cover their last 9 games. They lost and failed to cover in 9 straight conference games as well. 2-8 straight up and against the spread when facing teams with a losing record. So against these teams who are bad, they still can't cover, especially at home. 0-4 against the spread when you add that to the equation. Jakob Poeltl is one of the more important guys for this team, along with Keldon Johnson and Vassell. But when he's out, they're even worse. 0-4 straight up and against the spread when he's not in the lineup. He's out again tonight. They can't even average over 100 points when he's not in the lineup, allowing 123 points per game in those spots as well. They lost to the Lakers without Poeltl by 31. They lost to the Thunder by 8, to the Pelicans by 18, to the Suns by 38. They just get kind of ran over when he's not in there, and they don't have no paint protection. And the Rockets, what they've been doing lately in their little two out of three wins, their last few games, they've been able to attack the paint, get their opponents in foul trouble, and get to the line. That's one thing that they've been doing really well lately. So they're playing that three ball and also attacking the paint. They're kind of mixing it up right now, and that's been a good balance for them. So I can see the Rockets really taking advantage of both of those situations tonight. Both, just how bad the Spurs have been, and also with them out without Pirtle. So to me, a lot of the things are pointing towards the Rockets here. Even though they're this is the first time they've been a favorite. I looked at like short lines for this Rockets team, and they've been dogs of less than 3 points just twice this season. They won both of those games outright. They beat the Jazz outright, and they beat the Thunder outright. So yeah, to me, man, I think they're going to be able to attack the paint here, get to the foul line, do what they need to do to get the win here in their first game as a favorite. So for me, I'm looking towards the Rockets here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Ronald, everyone's looking at the Rockets in this one, my guys. I'll be honest, I don't have anything official on this one, but me personally, I'm not looking towards Rockets here. But I'll be honest, I like going against everybody. I know that everyone's looking at the Rockets here. It looks easy to take them here tonight, but I have a ton of freaking notes on this game as well. Spurs have had 3 days off, so this team has lost 11 straight games. We have to start with that. Now, the last time they did win, I was on the Spurs versus the Bucks as well. I'm just saying, though.
Yeah.
I did the last win. I was on them, but 3 days off to practice and get right. Players said Wednesday practice was intense. Quote, good competitive practice. It got chippy. Guys were fired up, and we needed that. And Popovich is back as well. He's been out the last 2 to 3 games, had some little minor procedure. The team says that he was on their ass yesterday in practice, guys. So guys are coming back. Langford, McDermott, and Richardson, and Pop is back as well. This team is due for a win, in my opinion. Rockets are off an intense, emotional two overtime win over Harden and the 76ers, guys. This is a one standalone road game. So they were at the house, come out on the road for one game, then you go back at the house for 7 straight home games. They do have the Bucks on deck as well. In my opinion, this is somewhat of a letdown spot, plus a look-ahead spot. There's their first-time favorite all year, plus they're laying points on the road. They're 1-5 against the spread last 6, playing on 2 days rest. Also 3-7 against the spread last 10 meetings, guys. I could only look towards the Spurs in this game. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they win. Even though teams are terrible, they're tanking. At some point, every once in a while, you will want to win a game for your home crowd. So if the Spurs, if they do end the winning streak, it's going to come versus a team like the Rockets as well, and it's probably going to come at home. I think it comes here, to be honest with you. I heavily lean to the Spurs first half and full game. Like I say, this is an ugly game. I don't necessarily want to go official on it, but I'll be honest with you guys. I put this is a small play for me. I put $100 on Spurs first half plus a half, Spurs full game money line, guys. So that's what I did personally, sharing personal picks with you guys. Only $100 piece for me, but that's what I bet today. Spurs first half and full game. It's an ugly play. I'm not suggesting that you guys take this. Simply letting you know what I'm on, guys.
I mean, if the Spurs are gonna win, it would be this game in like an in-state rival. Also a team that isn't like that much greater than they are. It's just current form is just so funky, right? Like I can see the letdown happening, but yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, ugly game, man, ugly game.
Very ugly game. I just know when I was watching that Rockets versus 76ers game, I said, I want to fade one of these teams coming off this game. Just so happened to be this situation. You guys know how I like to go against the grain. I just want to say, I'm not telling you guys to take this, simply telling you what I'm on, my guys. I can tell you that I have a 2-unit special for tomorrow that I'm looking way in advance at. Really, I have a play for tomorrow and Saturday that I could suggest you guys to take. I'm not suggesting you to take this game. It's an ugly game, but I'm letting you know what I took, my guy, and I do think it's a sharp play, man. Let's go over here to the last game up. We're going to the streets of Portland here. We have the Blazers laying 1 point versus the Denver Nuggets in this one, Ronald. I'm seeing a lot of guys that I follow as well that take the easy picks. They're on the Blazers here, and I mean I can't talk about Nuggets defense is ass, but Nuggets do have the better offense here, in my opinion. The better offense going against better defense. I could never talk you off going with the better defense here, Ronald, but it alarms me that all the people that barely look at games, they're taking the Blazers here.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Nuggets, they did open up as favorites in this one. They're dogs now, and for some reason it keeps moving towards the Blazers because I see -1.5 over at Circa for the Blazers. But to me, I mean, I could see this being like a sort of a revenge spot here for the Nuggets. Blazers smacked them up 135-110 in October, and that was with the Blazers playing the second of back-to-back games. So that was, I would say, unexpected at the point. But this time around, the Blazers are actually the more rested team. They haven't played since Sunday. The Nuggets are on a 3-game losing streak and are the less rested team. That could be why the line is moving in that direction. But I'm actually seeing a lot of things pointing towards the Nuggets than the Blazers. Nuggets 2-0 straight up against the spread in season revenge situations already so far this season. So teams that they lost to already this season, they come back and take care of business. They covered by 8.5 points over the Jazz. They covered by 11.5 over the Mavs. Nuggets also 3-0 straight up and against the spread when they're the less rested team and they're not on the second leg of back-to-back games. In those 3 games, they're averaging over 120 points, allowing under 110 points per game. They faced the Warriors in San Francisco. They faced the Lakers at home, and they faced the Bulls in Chicago in those 3 games. On the other side, you got things that kind of point towards to point against the Blazers. 0-2 against the spread as favorites when they're the more rested team than their opponent. The situation tonight. Also 3-5 straight up against teams with winning records this season. So, you know, as good as their record has been, they haven't faced a lot of teams with a winning record. And when they do, they're not winning at a higher rate. And also 1-2 again, 1-2 straight up and against the spread against teams that they already beat this season. The 2 losses were to the Suns and to the Lakers. They lost by 20 and 19 respectively. So to me, I would look towards the Nuggets here. A lot of things are pointing towards them.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'd like to lean to the Nuggets as well. This is an old rivalry as well. I remember there's 2 teams. I believe it was like 2016, 2017. They faced off in the playoff series back-to-back years. Nuggets are 5-2 against the spread last 7 meetings versus the Blazers team. It's a tough game for me, as you could see with the spread. It's a toss-up type of game. But Blazers, they like I say, they have the better defense here. But we know and. It just gets me with the Nuggets, Ronald. Like, if they had at least somewhat of a backup center, I don't know why they signed DeAndre Jordan first off, but they seem you have to have some type of backup center or like a hybrid power forward that likes to play. Like, I feel like a Jared Vanderbilt would be a perfect player on this team.
Yeah,
they don't need offense. They don't need his offense, but they need his defense. Eric Gordon is not a good defender. See what I'm saying? He's an all offense guy. Jokic is an all offense guy. They have KCP, but he's the best, one of their best defenders, him and Bruce Brown. But they somewhat struggle on offense, guys. Yeah. So I'm not sure what to do with this team. I'm not sure what's up with the coach. The coach doesn't really have a good grasp of the team, Ronald. What we've seen for the past 3 years now, like he has to call his team out time and time again. I don't necessarily think he's the right coach for this team. This team needs a hard-nosed type of coach that's going to preach defense because they have enough offense. So, but I'm right there with you. I could only look towards the Nuggets in this game. I want to take the Nuggets. They're off 3 straight losses. They need a confidence-boosting win, and I think they can get it here. You got to put KCP or Bruce Brown on Damian Lillard. Well, you might have to start both of those, put them on Lillard and Simons. But after that, we know that Jokic is going to be pulling Nurkic away from the basket. They have some matchups here, Ronald. I'm right there with you. I lean Nuggets here as well. Revenge spot, off 3 straight losses. I could only look towards the spicy Nuggets in this one, my guy.
Yeah, I think they're going to pick up a little bit of momentum because they seen how Bruce Brown can kind of affect that starting lineup and how he balances that squad too, that starting lineup as well. So I mean, he does little things that where he doesn't really need to dominate the ball. And I think Jamal Murray has been kind of he's been lackluster, if you want to say that, because like he's trying to like share the ball a little bit too much, and he's more of a player that could dominate the ball a little bit better than share. And Bruce Brown can play off ball really well, and I think that's going to balance everything out.
Yeah, no, that was a good point. I mean, they played a good game versus the Mavs. Mavs are just somewhat rolling right now, guys. I mean, the Mavs are somewhat rolling right now. But yeah, they're coming off that 1-point loss. 3 straight losses versus 3 good teams. They're playing another good team here, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nuggets got it done. It was like a somewhat toss-up game for me, but Ronald, Nuggets the only way I could look in this one, my guys. But hey, we broke down the 3 games of the show, man. Let's get to some free picks now, Ronald. What you liking on today's card. Real quick, my guys, let's talk about some shirts real quick, Ronald, real fast, man. I believe this is so tomorrow is going to be the last day. I'll be honest with you. I won't even be worried about sending out any shirts after tomorrow, guys. So last day for the shirts tomorrow, probably all together, and promo code $10 off. Use promo code WIN10 over at the site jmoneyismoney.com, and you get a free pair of glasses. Will I believe tomorrow will be the last day to get shirts, guys. So I'm not trying to force anyone, but I'm just saying if you would like to get one tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to be worried about it after tomorrow. So let's just put it that way, my guys. But let's get to some free picks here, Ronald. That's what the show's about. Not about shirts. Let's get to some free NBA picks here and let the people know what you have going over at Sports Memo, my brother. You've been hot over there. I see.
Yeah, man. We got Thursday night football tonight. I gotta play up there for Thursday night football. But NBA play, I did send this out to clients yesterday. It's the Clippers Heat over. I did get it at 213.5. It's still looking going like it's going down. I think it's because of all the injury statuses, but I do like the over here. A lot of things are pointing towards the over as well. Hopefully that gets it done tonight. I think they get over around 220 by the end of it. So we'll see if that happens. Hopefully we continue our winning ways here.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it, man. I like that overlook as well. We will win, my guy. Yeah, for me today, man, nothing official, but like I said, I'll give you 2 personal plays. I put $100 on them, and I'm finna go shopping, do some stuff with the fam. I'm not even really worried about these games, to be honest with you, man. I really did the show, so I come on here and talk with my guy Ronald here, man. But yeah, I heavily lean to Spurs in first half, plus a half of Spurs full game as well, money line, guys. So that's what I'm looking at. I put $100 on each one. Personal plays. Like I say, when I'm official, that's me saying, hey, you should ride with me on this one. When I tell you guys I'm on personal play, I'm basically saying, if you want to ride with me, that's up to you guys. But I'm not necessarily telling you to take it like it's a lock pick. You see what I'm saying? But I will be, make sure you guys hitting the like button, subscribe, and hit the notifications as well. I am dropping the NBA video tonight, overnight, maybe a couple of them. So just watch out. It won't be posted on Twitter. So just hit that notifications bell, my guys, for the video coming out tonight. It's for tomorrow's games. Obviously, we'll be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Eastern. We appreciate you guys for your time, for watching the show. It's Us Against the Bookies, as always. Take whatever you absolutely love. It's your money. Let's get this cash, and we will win, my guys. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. Go follow my guy Ronald on Twitter at @U_Capper. You can follow me as well at JMoneyIsMoney. We out, my guys. Let's get this cash.